there, self-care warriors. Welcome back to Self-Care Haven. Today we're going to be discussing the differences between stonewalling and the silent treatment and going no contact with your abuser. Surprisingly, this is a question that I encounter often from survivors who ask me, what is the difference between going no contact with an abuser and giving them the silent treatment or stonewalling them, right? Now let's talk about what stonewalling and silent treatment really mean in the context of an abusive relationship. When we are being abused by a narcissistic predator, a sociopathic manipulator, or just a garden variety toxic person with abusive tendencies, what we are experiencing is control and manipulation that is done deliberately with intent and with the agenda of making us feel small, diminished, worthless, and making us compete or vie for their attention and approval. So when a narcissist, for example, does the silent treatment on us, they disappear periodically in order to manage our expectations of them. Because if they're able to come and go as they please with little to no reliability or consistency, what happens? We are conditioned destructively like a frog in slowly boiling water in order to accept the unacceptable in a destructive relationship like this. And when the relationship reaches its boiling point, we're already in danger, but it's already too late because we've accepted so much abuse and we've accepted so much mistreatment that we have actually become brainwashed into believing that we don't deserve healthy communication, we don't deserve a partner who comes and goes with consistency, we deserve the disappearing act on some subconscious level. So we are programmed to accept that the narcissist can disappear and return with no explanation whatsoever. And they can ignore us for days, months even, and then just come back right into our lives and we will welcome them with open arms. That's how they condition us slowly but surely in order to accept the unacceptable. Now, when they stonewall us chronically, they're shutting down the conversations we have with them, trying to get them to own up to their behavior, trying to get them to validate our emotions, see our perspective. They shut those conversations down before they even have a chance to begin. They may say things like, I'm done, we're done discussing this, or they may just withdraw from the conversation altogether. They might avoid answering your questions, they might give very vague responses. Whatever they do, it's with the intention of withdrawing and shutting down the conversation even before it's had a chance to begin. So with these two behaviors, they often go hand in hand and they are used to manipulate and destroy a survivor's sense of self-worth. It is used to invalidate your emotions. And in fact, studies have shown that ignoring someone or rejecting them in this way can actually activate the same part of your brain that registers physical injury. So you are literally being injured over time by this manipulator using the silent treatment and stonewalling. Now, when it comes to going no contact is an act of self-care and self-protection that you do in response to these types of tactics, right? So if a narcissist is triangulating you with other people, if they're having affairs, if they are leading double lives, if they are gaslighting you, chronically, if they are shutting down conversations before they even begin, if they're ignoring you for days and returning as if nothing has happened, and you decide, well, I'm going to actually exercise my own right to be silent and I'm going to go no contact on them, and you decide to go no contact on them because you're being mistreated, because you are being invalidated, because you are being treated in such a cruel, callous, and inhumane manner, and you do your own little disappearing act, you do it for the right reasons. You are protecting yourself. You are not doing it as a way to manipulate the narcissist, as a way to deceive the narcissist, as a way to go behind their back and have affairs. It's not about that, right? For you, it's about protecting yourself. So no contact is not the same as the silent treatment. It's not the same because it is in response to chronic abuse. It's in response to chronic mistreatment. And you have a divine right to protect yourself. You have a divine right to protect yourself against a manipulator who is unwilling to give you what you need, and is unwilling to listen to your concerns, and is unwilling to engage in healthy communication. You deserve the best, and so no contact is a way to free yourself from an abuser. You can also go low contact and use the gray rock method to become emotionally unresponsive to the abuser as well, if you are in circumstances where you can't go full no contact. But in any case, if you are with an abuser, no contact is an act of self-care and self-protection. It is not the silent treatment, it is not stonewalling, and it certainly does not have the same kind of impact it has on narcissists that it has on us, right? Because narcissists don't have empathy. They want to exploit others, and they have fun in manipulating us and ensnaring us into their toxic game. And they will always be on the hunt for supply no matter whether you're here or not. So the best thing you can do is preserve your voice for people who actually understand what it means to be human. Don't try to explain your humanity to people who don't understand what it means to be human. Don't try to explain why you deserve to be treated in a decent way, because a decent person would never need that kind of explanation. A decent, healthy, normal, empathic individual would not need to hear constant explanations of why you deserve to be heard. A decent, empathic, healthy individual would listen to you in the first place. They would open up discussions about how they've been behaving. They would allow you to express what you're feeling. They would validate your concerns. And not only that, they would take steps to change their abusive behavior if they were truly healthy. So just remember that. Remember to preserve your voice for those who actually need it. And remember, when the narcissist's silence is deafening, go silent yourself, because when you are silent, your silence still speaks volumes. It speaks volumes about the emotional self-discipline you have, but the power you have over yourself and your own life, and your ability to move forward from an individual who is unwilling to see your humanity or respect it. So I hope this video helps to differentiate between the silent treatment, stonewalling, and no contact, and I hope that you guys found something insightful in this. If you have experiences with the silent treatment, stonewalling, or you would like to share tips on no contact, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. I do have an article on stonewalling and the silent treatment, what it is, the effects of them, and how you can engage in self-care. So be sure to check that out in the link in the description box below. And I'll talk to you guys very soon. Until next time, take care. Be sure to check out my #1 best-selling book, Becoming the Narcissist Nightmare: How to Devalue and Discard the Narcissist While Supplying Yourself, a #1 bestseller in personality disorders.